If you want to be blessed by God, there is one important thing that you have to do. Proverbs 14 verse 34. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any person. The word exalt means to lift. In other words, righteousness has the ability to lift a man. Righteousness has the ability to lift a man into his glorious destiny. Let me share this story with you. There is a prophet called Abraham. He was a very righteous man. He does all things right in the face of God. He was a just man. At the age of 75, God instructed him, "Go from your nation into a land that I will show you." Abraham obeyed and hit the road with his household. He followed the commandment and the instruction of God without asking God a question. Go from your country into a land that I will show you. No address, just go. God was testing his level of obedience, and Abraham yielded to the instruction. He followed the will of God. He hit the road with his household. As if that was not enough, the only child that Abraham waited for years, God asked him to use him as a sacrifice unto him. Without complaint, Abraham yielded to the instruction. Before the lamb was provided for him to use in place of Isaac, Abraham yielded to every instruction that God gave unto him, and God counted all of these as righteousness unto him. He was lifted by God because of his righteousness. Righteousness exalts a nation. If you want to enjoy the liftings of God and the blessings of God, righteousness must be put in place, because righteousness has the ability to lift a nation. It has the ability to lift you from one lower point to another higher point. Abraham was lifted beyond his expectation because he was righteous, because he does things right in the way God commanded. Genesis 24 verse 1. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord has blessed Abraham in all things. Please underline, in all things, not some of the things. In all things, he was blessed. In all things, financially he was blessed, mentally, health-wisely he was blessed. To mention but few, Abraham was blessed. Righteousness has the ability to drive a man into a point where his imagination cannot take him to. Righteousness can provoke God's blessing, and sin can cut short the glory of God. One thing that can rob you of your lifting is sin, because sin has the ability to cut short the glory of God. His eyes cannot behold iniquity. He is too holy to behold iniquity. The inability to do things right can drag you into an everlasting regret. The inability to follow God's commandment can rob you of God's blessing. A man that must enjoy God's blessings must put righteousness in check. A man that must benefit from God must put righteousness in place, because righteousness exalts a nation, and sin can cut short the glory of God over a man's life. The Lord bless you. The Lord give you grace to obey every commandment of God in the name of Jesus. Peace be unto you in Jesus' name. Amen.